Hello everyone. How y'all doing? Oh boy. Yeah, it's Tuesday, my dudes. I hate Tuesday. It's been one of those today. It hasn't been a bad day, but it is a royally shitty day out right now. It is raining, it is gray, it is awful. I'm looking out my window right now. It's dark out because it's night, but I know it's gray out there. It's been gray all day because, you know, fuck my general mood and energy levels. Hello, Megaman. Hello, Dragon Ranger. How you doing? You sent your chaos bulwark through a space marine car wash. Eat shit, Nurgle. I don't blame you, dude. I don't blame you. I fundamentally do not like Nurgle, like at all. Sup, Bo? Finally walking home after lifting. Gonna play Phantom Brigade more. I'm a quarterback tackle Euromechs. I need to try that game. Like, it was always kind of on my radar, but after seeing the stuff they're adding, that 2.0 update, that actually catches my eye. Like that looks interesting to me. So I might have to give that a try. Like finally, like get around to just plunking the dollary dues down on it and getting a copy. Hello, Autism. How you doing? Uh, yeah. 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 I will say preemptively. Happy Thanksgiving week, everyone. I have a stream set up for Thanksgiving, but as it currently stands, why? Okay, hold up. Why is my YouTube end of things not showing me YouTube chat? Okay, my YouTube chat is that I had have a separate window out for is not showing me actual YouTube chat. What the hell is going on here? Hold on. Let's see if I can fix this really, really quick. Why does it say I haven't gone live? What the hell? One moment, everyone. One moment. Did this not? I'm live on YouTube, yeah? Hold on. What the? Okay, something is going on here that I don't know what. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is okay, what the hell is actually going on here with fucking YouTube right now? Hold on. Hold up, everyone. Oh, okay. Apparently, on the YouTube end of things, Restream just died on me. So yeah. That's what's going on. Motherfucker. I have 2 streams scheduled for this. Okay, I think I see. Wait. So I think I get what happened. Restream, for some reason, did not detect my event that I was actually starting. It's got the name of it. It's got just about everything, but it's not. Yeah. Hold on. Can I adjust this? At all? Maybe? I don't know. Oh, that was you, wasn't it, Chanka? Hi, P4. How you doing? Also, yeah, hi, Chanka. I have been jump scared. I hope you're happy. Hold on. So I'm trying to figure out how to fix this slight problem before we start get into the chat for today. Also, hello, Tylen. Yeah, okay. I might just have to fix this later. Hold on. Can I even edit this while it's going? If this crashes the stream on YouTube, I'm sorry. All right, just gonna keep an eye on it for a second to see if my stream crashes. It should be fine. Wasn't expecting the giant lizard jumps. Yeah, that's a Twitch redeem I have in because fucking Chonka likes to torment me with the. It's supposed to be like 10,000 points to redeem it, but I need to change that. All right, okay. You know what? Let me do this. All right. Delete that. I will just update this stream later. Yeah, I don't know what was happening. Fucking I was getting my what do you call it messed up earlier. My what's it called? Restream. It wasn't like registering right. I hope everything is registered right on the Twitch and Twitter end of things, cuz that would suck if it wasn't. Hold on. Let me check my shit there. I just want to be certain. Oh yeah, Twitch is running or Twitter's running. Let's check Twitch. Is Twitch running? That's the sound of my own voice. That is really annoying. I hate my voice. All right, yeah. Yeah, it's fine now. Okay, right. Yeah. So, other than YouTube being a cock, everything is fine. Hello Leo, how you doing? Right. So, why is this stream titled about the Starship Troopers discourse? Guess what happened on Twitter? It came up again. It came up again for like the 6th, 7th time this year. Don't you? Listen, I get the importance of social media, but I'm so unbelievably sick of the regurgitated talking points now about like media from the the media literacy crap. 6 or 7. Okay, Chaka, I know what you're doing, but if you're saying like 6 or 7 times, you're not wrong. You're technically not wrong. Oh, thoughts on the new Black Templar helmet? Oh, yeah. So sorry about that, Dragon Ranger. I've seen the pictures. I've seen the pictures. I'll like it. Well, I will be playing Space Marine 2 later, so we'll check that out then. I, as Marshall Scuffamond, pinnacle of professional streams, not that a V-tweeter would know. Listen, I am not professional. I don't pretend to be professional. I'm pulling this shit out my ass as I figure it out, man. And I've been doing it like that for a couple of years now, so yeah. But yeah, the thing I want to talk about, and it's not going to be Starship Troopers immediately, but it will be like, it will become that, so don't worry. It'll become that. So, okay, so this was the inciting incident. It's it's talking about, okay, so here's a question. Who here in chat has either read Dune or watched Dune? It can be, when I say watched Dune, it can be the 80s film, the miniseries, the more recent films, it doesn't matter. But who here knows Dune? Like, to a decent amount. I had a friend make me watch the newest movies, which are good. Yeah, I do like I had to warm to the newest ones, honestly. Dune was one of those novels, like I first read it a long time ago. I was in middle school when I first read it. Like, I was reading stuff like the Dune series, in middle school. I partially blame the fact I spent a year or two after high school ended not reading a lot, was basically because of high school reading curriculum in America is just so god awful. Like, they pick some real stinkers in high school. Like, oh, but they're classics. That's why they're on the curriculum. I don't care. That doesn't make them good. Nothing will convince me to like Catcher in the Rye. I'm sorry. And nothing will convince me to like the main character of it. I get that he's supposed to be an asshole. But he's not even an asshole I can sympathize with. He's not a good character, and I fundamentally don't think Catcher in the Rye is a good book. I haven't either. I just know Zendaya is so mid, she made 2 guys gay to avoid getting hooked up with her. That, you know what, that doesn't surprise me at all, honestly. I know there are probably unironically 100% straight homophobic dudes who would rather fuck another dude than Zendaya? And I really don't blame them. But yeah, more to the point, this post brought up the whole, what do you call it? The whole Paul is the villain in Dune. Because the original post is talking about what's a popular uninformed criticism of your favorite book or series that you're tired of, and the OP mentions A Song of Ice and Fire being nihilistic, which, look, I'm gonna be real with you, it may not be oh, hey, Tylan52, thank you for the follow, welcome to Crusade. Yeah, A Song of Ice and Fire may not be deliberately nihilistic, but it is accidentally nihilistic, and it's just edgy. It's just dumb edgy, It's not like profound or anything. It's just George R.R. Martin, George R.R. Martin is literally that meme of the dude petting the dog. It's like, who's an edgy boy? Who's an edgy boy? That's him. That's him. He's just that guy who wanted to do Lord of the Rings, but edgy. And that's A Song of Ice and Fire. I fundamentally do not like A Song of Ice and Fire, but Night Danger here brings up the point that got the conversation rolling, which was Paul is the villain of Dune, a misinformed take so pernicious even the author was taken in by it. That just sounds so condescending. Oh my God. I mean, well, what, that George R.R. Martin is just edgy? He is edgy. I mean, it's like, it's not condescending. It's just what he is. I mean, have you seen his takes on Lord of the Rings? His takes like, okay, but what about Aragorn's tax code? What about Aragorn genociding the orcs and the little orc babies and the little orc cribs? His words, not mine. So yeah, I don't respect George R.R. Martin, and I don't think that he wrote good books. And real talk, Martin, you'll never read this, but finish your damn books already. Anything but finishing his book series? Yeah, no, seriously. Listen, one of my favorite low-stakes conspiracy theories is that the ending of the Game of Thrones TV show was based on what he wrote for Winds of Winter. I firmly believe that. That the ending of the TV show was based on what he was going to write for Winds of Winter, and because nobody likes it, nobody liked the ending of the TV show, now he doesn't want to actually have to commit to writing it. So that's one of my low stakes conspiracy theories. They like the Game of Thrones series for him, but oh my God, the shit they did is so fucking tragic. Yeah, they really killed all momentum that series had in any medium with that TV show. It was just, oh my God. But yeah, to the point. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked though. I'm sorry, everyone. I was getting sidetracked. To the point. So he's talking about the whole, Paul is the villain in Dune thing. And, that was something that Frank Herbert came to believe. And a lot of people in the replies, started pointing out the obvious truth, like Carlos that notices things. Yes, Paul defeats an almost comically evil and corrupt empire, but have you considered that he was literally Hitler? What do you got? He elaborates on this later, and this is a really good take on his part. Dune is about the danger of heroes and cults of personality, right? But the main reason it has any mass appeal is because people love heroes. Herbert saw himself as Stilgar, but if the message is beware your heroes, it does an absolutely abysmal job at showing any alternative. Like, what do you call it? And Alyssa Hazel here, another banger response. I don't know. I think the pedophile rapist was the bad guy. Norm Macdonald, probably, in reference to everyone's favorite floating fat ass, Baron Harkonnen. And hold on. Hey, I made my own take. I made my own take on all this, which is, I'll just read off my own post because, I mean, why the fuck not? I'm here. Which is, and this is what got the conversation going in the first place. Frank Herbert believing the lie that Paul Atreides was the villain is up there with Frank Herbert believing that Paul Atreides was the villain is up there with Paul Verhoeven thinking he made a biting satire of fascism with Starship Troopers. It gets even worse the further you read, with the books justifying every action Paul and later Leto II took in order to guarantee the survival of the human species. Brian Herbert leaned into it even harder with his 2 books that closed out the original story. You don't understand most of the context of these series as you're a fantasy nerd. And Tylen, listen, I will absolutely, if you would probably like Dune, like, understand, I fundamentally hate the term science fantasy. I think it's a reduction. I think science fantasy is an incredibly reductionist statement used by sci-fi authors who are embarrassed about oh, hold on. I forgot to fix that. Hang on, everyone. I gotta go back here real quick. I forgot to fix something. Hang on, everyone. Hang on. I will deal with this problem in a moment, really quick here. Pop out chat. There we go. Delete that. All right. I can now monitor YouTube chat. Again, I apologize for all the technical errors. If you want to blame somebody, blame Restream. Really quick here, and there we go. And all right, now everything is fixed now. Okay, so back to here. Tolkien fucking hated Dune. I mean, yeah, but Tolkien, of course, wasn't okay. If we're gonna get into that, Donger, the reason Tolkien hated Dune was because Tolkien was an optimist about, men of noble birth, and Herbert was a pessimist, and it really goes into the writing. It really goes in like how their writing styles clash. Even if because here's the thing about Dune, and this is really the core point. Even if Frank Herbert, I firmly believe Frank Herbert did not intend Paul Atreides to be a villain when he wrote Dune. But he was convinced that Paul Atreides was a villain by his own readers. But even if he had intended that, it doesn't matter. That's not what he wrote. We'll get it. We'll get more into that in a minute. Was famous authors can dislike other famous authors' works? I mean, yeah. It's like not everyone gets along. There's no guarantee authors are going to get along just because they write. I mean, wait, no, that's a bad. Why would I say H.P. Lovecraft and oh shit, I forget his name. The guy who wrote Conan. They were actually besties. They were friends. They liked each other. Paul rocks. Yeah, Paul Atreides is a hero, but more the point is this guy. This guy is the one who kickstarted the conversation again. In response to me was like, Starship Troopers is indeed a biting critique of fascist propaganda. You just fell for the propaganda. And Paul is a villainous force in the Dune series. Tamino hated Attack on Titan. Yeah, but Tamino also hates a lot of Gundams. So listen, I'm just gonna say this much about Tamino. Incredibly talented man. I do not take a lot of his opinions on media seriously. He's an incredibly cynical man, and I don't take his words to heart a lot because of his cynicism. Robert E. Howard, that's it, Donger. Thank you. I blank on names a lot. Base Tamino hating Attack on Titan. No, cringe Tamino. Attack on Titan's great. I will die on the hill that Attack on Titan is unironically great. Lovecraft and Howard were buddies to the point that they crossed over each other's work. Yeah, that's how. Yeah, honestly, technically, you could say Howard's writing is also part of the Cthulhu mythos because they were basically collaborating on a lot. I've seen the first Starship Troopers movie. When was fascism ever implied? Well, see, that's the problem. Okay, let's read more of what this guy had to say. this Star Wars decentralized guy. Some response. What would a hypocritical, non-fascist version of the Federation do different when attacked by the arachnids? The assumption from my point of view was always that the movie depicts the arachnids in an unrealistic light. And then Camille Curb here. Every 3 to 4 months or so, the libs are back at siding with giant totalitarian brain-eating bugs for some reason. To which the guy says, do you understand that the film is in-universe propaganda that plays up the bugs' atrocities to get you to think this? There it is, guys, the unreliable narrator. What were some of the others they said? Here's one. From Champions of Ice, say, shout out, buddy, saying, the in-universe propaganda film shows incompetent propaganda film crews being slaughtered by the bugs while they are filming. Yeah, no, how on earth would that make any sense? Because remember, guys, in the movie, they broadcast the Battle of Clondathu live. They were not hiding that from the public. They were not hiding it from the public at all. Would it really get your blood boiling as a citizen on Earth, right? Makes you want to, join the mobile infantry, he says in response. Followed by, no, Buenos Aires being annihilated in a first strike by a hostile species is the call to action. Verhoeven himself stated that the bugs attacked first, because even he's not as brainless as your retarded theater kid logic. Hell, have you even read you never even read Heinlein's book, didn't you? He responds with, I've read the original novel and the movie is a completely separate piece of art. This is completely different things. I don't believe he's read the novel. I don't believe that at all. And then he goes on to, let's see, what was another one I was gonna read off another. Okay, I can't show everything this dude said in this conversation because some N-words are thrown, but he replies, the Freer and heat map meme, and the guy responds with this. I gotta hide that. What is this even supposed to convey? My uncle died on Clondathu. Have respect. He got split in half in the first 30 minutes. It was a closed casket fusion. That was probably a lot of those going around after Clondathu in the movie. Let's be real. I mean, hell, in the book too. Clondathu was a bloodbath in both. Guys, it's a fascist universe. First thing that happens is the space president steps down because of a really bad plane. Oh yeah, but we'll go into that. Oh, okay. Now, but yeah, I want to first of all, what is going on with this? What's he trying to what is this supposed to convey? You have if you focus on the out group, you get nice towns full of white people and, clean streets. And if you focus on the in group, you get traffic jams. Reminder everyone, it's in response to this. He's responding to this. It's supposed to convey the average leftist inability to understand everything. Oh, okay, Trent. Trent. Apologies there. I was trying to apply logic and common sense to a leftist arguing method. That's my bad. It was like trying to, apply, logic and common sense and, an idea that Games Workshop has artistic integrity to their releases regarding Custodes over the past year. That was, for the record, that was my error regarding the female Custodes thing. I thought Games Workshop had artistic integrity, communication, and a sense of logic in their releases. So naturally, when they released A Year of Nothing regarding female Custodes, and then suddenly decide to drop them back into the books after A Year of Nothing, it's like, oh, okay, that's my fault. I thought Games Workshop knew what the fuck they were doing and had artistic integrity. That's my bad, everyone. But okay, moving on from that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's check this one. When did the movie say it was in-universe propaganda? The ending. Remember, everyone. The ending is a join the mobile infantry. They'll win the war film. So obviously, nothing you just watched actually happened. Everyone. Can we take a moment here? Can we take a moment here? I firmly believe if you bring up unreliable narrator as a point of discussion when discussing media like this, you should have your freedom of speech taken away from you. You should have your First Amendment rights removed from you. Because if you say, oh, it's an unreliable narrator, therefore I can say whatever I want about it, you have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt, you do not have the mental faculties to be allowed the right to free speech. You have just proven that you have no place in a polite society because you cannot actually understand what you're watching, because you're not trying to understand it. You're just creating fan fiction in your head and pretending that's just as good as written canon. I couldn't tell it was a leftist meme because it didn't have an essay on it. You know what, hipster? That's a very good point. That is a very good point. Yeah, that seems to be a common theme. You didn't need to apologize, lol. That's just the way it comes off to me, at least. Also, the sequels exist. Do you mean the Starship Trooper sequels? Authorial malapropism, is that how it works in this scenario? Oh, okay. First of all, Trent, thank you for actually using that term I came up with. You know, authorial malapropism. It really is true. It really is a good way to describe it, isn't it? The whole, you know, oh, the what do you call it? It's a biting satire of fascism. It's like, where's the fascism? Where's the fascism? Point out the fascism. And no, I'm going to say this right away. Doogie Howser in a Hugo Boss uniform is not fascism, okay? You can't just say, oh, you can't point at a style of dress and say that's fascism. Fascism is a left-wing socialist political system. It is not a uniform. It is not a trench coat and a hat. It is a political system. So no, it doesn't matter how Paul Verhoeven dressed Doogie Howser in fucking, the Starship Troopers movie. It doesn't fucking matter, okay? That doesn't make it fascist. You have to have a political system. You have to have a political system that is fascist to a fascism in your work. That is how it works. If you don't have that, you have not depicted fascism. I love when they also call Starship Troopers as racist, misogynist, etc. Yes, okay. You know what, Leo? Leaning into that, like obviously I can't show pictures of this on stream because boobies and all that. But yeah, like nothing says a fascist dystopia like what do you call it? Co-ed showers, where, we got men and women so perfectly equal, so beyond gender division that everyone is showering together. Right? Or how about the fact that, racial division is completely gone. It is a perfectly egalitarian society. But that's apparently fascist, right? That's apparently fascist. Or how about the fact it is a free market capitalist society? The opposite of what fascism is. Fascism was a controlled socialist economy. The government controlled businesses, Businesses were literally only allowed to be free up until the point where, the government said, oh, this is ours now because we need to go conquer somebody, okay? The Federation isn't like that. The Federation is literally free market capitalist. It doesn't matter if you're, or if you can live a comfy, wealthy life without having served in the military. You are denied nothing except the privilege of voting. And everybody is denied that privilege equally. Here's the funny thing about denying voting rights. If everybody is denied voting rights equally and everybody can equally attempt to get those voting rights, then it's not oppression. Oppression requires certain people to not be allowed to get those voting rights. You know, like, and this includes being denied the attempt to get them. If the military, and we're going by the movie here, where it is military service that you need to do, you know, to get the voting rights. If your only way to, let's say, okay, in the movie, it's only military, right? It is only military where you can get your voting rights in the movie. Because remember, Verhoeven never read the book. Verhoeven stopped reading the book at the first chapter. It was I want to say it was actually the speech about how voting equals force equals violence that got him to stop reading it. Because like most dumb lefties, you know, he basically read I have no idea why your message was deleted on YouTube, but I got it on Restream chat, so I will read it in a moment. But he got to the point where, you know, Dubois, who was Rico's teacher in high school. By the way, if you wanna litmus test somebody on whether they've read the book or not, ask them the name of Rico's teacher in high school, because it's not Radchek in the book. It's a man named Dubois. Radchek only showed up later in the book. He was not there earlier. I mean, later in the movie, he was not there earlier in the book. But basically, Verhoeven, I want to say, got to the part where he read Dubois' words about how, you know, voting is using force, and force equals violence, the supreme authority from which all authorities were derived, and basically put the book down. Because he was like, oh, this is just fascism. And then he went from there. Okay, I had a first-time chatter on Twitch back there. Let me read that really quick. Chaos Drew 209. Need a genre title for leftist creates facsimile of right-wing authoritarianism, fails, makes the exact opposite. I came up with a term for that. Also, welcome to the chat, Chaos Druid. I came up with a term for that. I call it the authorial malapropism. In case you're wondering what a malapropism is, it is a that is when you say one thing, but you use the wrong word. Like how could I like okay, like think of it this way. Imagine this scenario. This is off the top of my head. It's not a very good comparison, but it's the best one I can think of. You're trying and failing to describe someone's pant leg, you know, the leg of their pants, and you call it a trouser snake. You mean a pant leg, but you said trouser snake. Now, trouser snake is very obviously not a pant leg. That's a malapropism. An authorial malapropism, as I've come to call it, is when the intent of the author is one thing, and then they write their work, but based on the objective text of the work. And note, this is not death of the author. This is not death of the author. Death of the author ignores authorial intent and ignores the objective words of the text. It's authorial intent is basically communist cope, okay? It's communist cope, you know, for creating whatever headcanon you want out of a work and thinking that's just as good as what the author wrote. And death of the author is bullshit. It is not valid, and anyone who believes it valid, you just as equally as anyone who believes an unreliable narrator as a core of fiction, you also do not have a right to discuss, fiction anymore. But basically, it's like Verhoeven wanted to write, you know, this fascist society, and he depicts a society that is perfectly safe, perfectly equal across race, gender. They are, it is economically and financially stable. Nobody wants for anything. The technology levels are high. They're not, they've got basically no actual problems. It's like there's imperfections. It's not idealist, but it's not a dystopia. It's unironically probably it's probably one of the best realist depictions of a utopia imaginable. Okay, wish me luck. I'm gonna go frag interchange. Hey man, good luck with that. But what do you call it? But yeah, it's like it is one of the best depictions of a realist's utopia imaginable. But then Verhoeven's like, oh, actually, no, it's fascist. It's a fascist utopia. Why? Well, because militarism. So because they have a military? Having a military doesn't make you fascist, even if it's a strong one. Militarism is not fascism. And then, he's like, oh, well, propaganda. It's like, okay, but all volunteer militaries advertise the ability to join. That's not fascism either. The United States military is an all volunteer military. They still advertise. Is America fascist? And then they'll be like, oh, well, and that's basically the point where Verhoeven's own intent in his own work wears out, and that's where the fan fiction starts coming in, because it's like, the Buenos Aires attack was an inside job. I will point out, Verhoeven himself has gone on record to say that is, that's not true. The bugs dropped the meteor. He has straight up said that. The bugs dropped the meteor. There was no inside job. Remember when James Cameron tried to make Avatar a nature preservation allegory, but instead made a story about a washed-up cripple betraying his species in the face of the apocalypse? You know what, Trent? You'd probably like my video on the cultural irrelevance of Avatar. It's on my YouTube channel. You'd probably like that one. I basically go into that heavily. The fact the main character is a rich boy with parents who've never served shows this. Yeah, like Johnny's parents in both versions of the story are, independently wealthy. They're independently wealthy. They're set for life. They're business owners. It goes a little differently between versions. In the movie, both parents die when Buenos Aires is destroyed. In the book, it's not an asteroid. It's it's an actual attack by the arachnids. They crash into Buenos Aires. They get out. They start destroying the city. And Johnny's mother, and I want to say his sister, that may be wrong on the sister part, but definitely the mother, are killed in the attack. The attack is nuclear in the book, I want to say, by the way. The bugs are basically flinging nukes at one point, like small yield nuclear weapons or something equivalent. And then later, Johnny's father survives, and later in the book, Johnny runs into him, and he's joined the mobile infantry, and he's basically like, "Well, son, you were right about them. You're right about them bugs. Fuck them bugs." It's like, yeah, the book plays it way differently than the movie. Bo, you want to know the principles of fascism? I know what the principles of fascism are. What do you call it? Shit. They're on the. I'm tripping on the first one. It's like nothing but the state, nothing against the state, nothing outside the state. That's it. It's 3 points. It's a 3-point socialist left-wing system. That's it. Check the M's. You know what? Yeah, I'll check the M's anyway. Fuck it. Hold on. I think I literally just said it, but yeah. It's exactly what you just said. It's exactly what you just sent me. Yeah, like you sent like the long-winded version, but yeah, it really is just those 3 points. Okay, and everyone's also like, but Verhoeven knows fascism. He survived fascism. Verhoeven was a fucking little kid when the Nazis were in power, okay? Verhoeven was like, fuck, what was he? He was like, what, 2 years old or something when the Nazis invaded his home country. And then he was like 7 when the war ended. He wouldn't even be cognizant of most of the events. Like, yeah, he was a kid. He grew up in fascist, was it Norway or something? What? Northern Europe. He grew up under fascism. He was a little kid. He wouldn't even remember most of it. He wouldn't even remember most of it. So when he's like, well, he grew up under fascism, that's not an argument either. Just because he experienced it doesn't mean he knows what it's about. That's another problem. No one ever brings up the socialist origins of Nazism and fascism. Poland. No, Verhoeven's not Polish. He's from like Northern Europe, like Norway, fucking something like that. I don't know. I think it might be Norway. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, no, okay, no, literally, okay. What? Listen, whenever somebody links to you the Wikipedia definition of fascism at right wing, just say to him, "Wow, that's cool. Now show me what Wikipedia used to define fascism as before Donald Trump took office in 2016." Because remember, Wikipedia changed the definition of fascism to say it was right wing after Donald Trump took office the first time. That's something they never want to hear. Never say that to somebody trying to say fascism is right wing. But yeah, nobody wants to talk about how the founder of fascism as a political movement, Benito Mussolini, was a hardcore far left militant socialist who got kicked out of his little socialist club for being too extreme a socialist. So he founded his own socialism plus system, like what he believed was true socialism that, was no longer fucking around with trying to get people to vote for socialism, instead trying to apply it by force. That was fascism. And Nazism was just fascism with the Aryan race element tacked onto it. They're both left-wing systems. And I know some people are going to be like, well, left-wingers can't be racist. Like, motherfucker, you have never met a lefty from the 1930s, have you? I don't know how to tell you this, but the idea that the left is somehow this hyper-progressive, anti-racism, anti-sexism, anti-LGBT hate group is an incredibly new idea. Like, that's pretty much only been a thing probably since fucking, George W. Bush took office. So, yeah, that is a new the idea of hyper-progressivism and leftism being the same thing, that's new. In the 1930s, when fascism was rising, they were as racist and as sexist as they hated LGBT people, probably more than the right, honestly. And another thing out there, remember, never ask a Democrat, never ask an American Democrat, Democrat progressive, the founding party of the Confederate States of America. But anyway, don't ask Marx about the Jews. Yeah, real. Yeah, listen, never show a communist what their famous communist leaders had to say about Jews, blacks, and gay people. Never ask them that. They will legitimately, we've been on the screen for a while. I'm going to go back to here. They will legitimately blow a fucking head gasket if they see that shit. It is actually laughable how, they'll try to, nuh-uh, it's propaganda. It's an unreliable narrator, guy. Yeah, no, just listen. Own the fact your fucking socialist messiah was a douchebag racist, sexist homophobe. Also, I'm also a pedophile. Let's be real here. Karl Marx was a pedophile as well. People were making fun of progressives for being tone deaf racist in the 80s. Yeah, like, man, legitimately, the fact I'm as old as I am a lot of the time has me like, man, nobody remembers this shit because a lot of the people pushing all this shit weren't alive when this shit was being laughed at for how tone deaf bigoted it was. I read that excerpt from Das Kapital Volume 1. It's freaking hilarious. Yeah, no, I will not be quoting Karl Marx's opinion on black people, gay people, and Jews on my stream for obvious reasons, because one, it's all fucking evil. It is just evil. Two, I don't want to get banned, even if I am just quoting an evil man, you know? So yeah, no, I don't want to get, I'm not quoting that shit, but you can look it up. You can look that shit up. Marx's own mom called him a bum. He was a bum. Marx was fucking like, you know, Marx spent his whole life mooching off his rich buddy and like, you know, writing his book about how, man, fuck wealthy people. Wealthy people suck. And while mooching off his rich buddy the whole time. Like, good God, man. But yeah, no, okay, more onto the point. It's the point that this keeps coming up. Okay, back on the Starship Troopers. It's the fact that this keeps coming up and people just can't take the L that, you know, just because Paul Verhoeven had authorial intent, that doesn't mean his authorial intent matters based on what he actually wrote. And again, it's not death of the author because I'm not interpreting the work. I'm just saying what the work says, what is written. Because guess what? For the written word has objective meaning. It has objective meaning. When Paul Verhoeven made Starship Troopers, he objectively did not portray a fascist dystopia. He portrayed a realist's capitalist free market utopia with a strong military and strong borders. That's not fascism. Like, and this goes back to the Dune thing as well, when, you know, the Frank Herbert's like, well, Paul was the villain. I was trying to say, beware your heroes, beware messiahs. Like, okay. I fucking love Dune. I think Frank Herbert was a talented guy. But the idea that, messiahs are always going to be evil is just like, bro, first of all, Jesus of Nazareth, you know, look into him. Second of all, look, the idea that you have to be afraid, of your hero, like honestly, the idea that heroes should be beware, like that is an incredibly nihilistic view, I think. Like, don't get me wrong, okay? Don't get me wrong about Dune. Paul Atreides killed a lot of people. His son, Leto II, outdid him by several orders of magnitude. But this is another thing I've noticed with like lefties, like discussing, you know, lefties and, you know, media literates, you using my finger quotes here. I noticed that, they don't really, it's like that one meme, what is it? Liberals don't know things. You know, all the data points they know they forget. Because Paul Atreides and Leto II were literally morally justified by the events of the Dune books. All the slaughter, all the death, all the destruction literally benefited mankind, as was the plan set forth by the Golden Path. Like, they literally saved humanity in the end. And then, like I said in the thread in the response, Brian Herbert leaned into it even harder. Because mankind, you know, having a diaspora, trying new things, you know, new things, new civilizations, new ideas, new technologies, learning to no longer be afraid of technologies, then coming back to the, their point of foundation is in the Brian Herbert, books is literally what saves them from the return of the machines. So Brian Herbert leans into Paul and Leto being right even harder than his father did. To think there's some truth about I do think there's some truth about what Frank Herbert said, but at the same time, I do also agree with you. His worldview is pretty nihilistic. Yeah, it's like, because there's just a simple fact of life. Some men just are genuinely heroic. I think there's definitely a problem though with Westerners, especially Americans, where we've been raised on this belief that if you are not perfectly morally pure, you're not a hero. I genuinely believe the term anti-hero is one of the worst terms to ever be created. All right. Yeah, the Punisher, for example, will kill the shit out of people. He's not an anti-hero. He's a hero. He is just a hero. It doesn't matter if he's killing people. Because you know what? Maybe those people just deserve to die that the Punisher is killing. Crime bosses, drug dealers, rapists, and pedophiles. Maybe that just needs to happen, Like, that doesn't make the Punisher evil just because his methods are brutal. It doesn't somehow make him not a true hero. It's just that we've been raised on this diet of, Silver Age superheroes who all magically have a no-kill rule for some reason. Which also isn't even universally true. Like, Superman never had a no-kill rule. Neither did, like, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is fucking violent, so it's really funny when people try to portray her as somebody who would never kill. Paul was completely justified when he considered the political manipulation and atrocities that the Harkonnens and the Imperial family committed. Yeah, like, that's my whole point. And then, so yeah, it's like, no, Frank Herbert, you don't have a point trying to say Paul is the villain. And equally so, Paul Verhoeven does not have a point saying the Federation is fascist. Because the Federation is not fascist. In neither the book or the movie. And it doesn't matter how much people insist on it being fascist, that is not going to change what the story said. And you can say death of the... And first of all, if you try to argue death of the author, I think it's fascist, then, well, okay, first of all, you just admitted you don't actually care what the story is to say. If death of the author is true, then stories are pointless. There's no point to having stories if death of the author is true, because then stories mean nothing. If stories only mean what you interpret, they mean nothing. And if stories mean nothing, there's no point in having stories. We learn nothing then. The term anti-hero doesn't make sense due to the term just like the term anti-villain makes no sense. Both terms are equally invalid. Yeah, McGinnis, I agree. Anti-villain is also a stupid term. It's like, they're not an anti-villain, they're just a villain. It doesn't, look, it doesn't matter how bad their woe is me argument is when they're trying to shoot Earth with a laser beam to blow it up, okay? I don't care how much the villain's dad hit him, or how much, or how much, their uncle did sneaky vile shit with them. If they're doing villainous things, they're still a fucking villain, okay? And a lot of so-called anti-villains have, really cheap excuses. It's like the modern writing obsession with trying to make villains relatable and misunderstood and, somehow wronged is just, it has killed the writing for villains. Like, we don't need every villain to be some sob story, okay? Sometimes I'm just evil is not only good enough, it's preferable. Why is Starship Troopers getting railed on again? Oh, it was just the, the seventh time the seventh time in the past 3 months people brought up Starship Troopers as a fucking like, oh, it's a satire of fascism. And it's like, no, it fucking isn't. No, it fucking isn't. It's not a. I don't care what Verhoeven had to say. He should have written it in a way that went with his intent. That's what it boils down to. Your writing has to match your intent. I don't care what your intent is. If you didn't write what you intended, if the words or the imagery don't match up, you didn't write it. And that's not interpretation, that's objective. So you can't argue interpretation from that perspective. You can't argue interpretation with an authorial malapropism because people are going with the text as written. Oh, lame. Yeah, it is lame. And again, in like a month's time, we will have this discussion at like this will be Twitter discourse at least one more time before the year's out. I feel it's gonna happen again. I guarantee that it's going to happen again. All right, hold up. I'm gonna hydrate here while the ad break is going through because it's I only have 30-second ad breaks on my streams because fuck ads. Twitch gives you shit all for ads. I'd turn them off if I could. But yeah, heckin' Marshall Cudemon. Hey, hon, how you doing? What are we raging against tonight? We are raging against the 3 billionth time this year that they have said Starship Troopers is a satire of fascism, and no, it's fucking not. Doing okay? Yeah, how was your stream, hon? You streamed today, right? Right? Or am I just having a schizo moment? Yes, went well. Nice. You got Taglia finally in other news. Leo, I'm blanking. What's Taglia? Had some issues with OBS and some other stuff. Yeah, no, I had issues with Restream setting up the stream today. I'm gonna have to go back and edit this stream to like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to set it to be monetized, aren't I? Can I do that while it's live? I hope I can. Hold up. Okay, let me. All right, edit video. Can I edit that now? I don't think I can. I okay. I can retroactively add the thumbnail. All right, I will do that. Fucking Restream fucking up on me. Literally debuting my weekly Yap streams this week, and this is what it does. Fucking hell. All right. There we go. Add that. Show more. Recording date and location. Well, at least it's set to the right category of entertainment. That's useful. All right. Save. All right. Literally having to edit my fucking stream in the middle of it. All right, hold on. And okay, there we go. I got everything set up. All right. Oh man. Let's see. Close that out again. Dude has been a ninja and killed me countless times. You finally got him. Oh, nice. Oh, okay. Okay, Tarkov guy. Okay. Oh, Tagilla. Oh, okay. I was pronouncing that wrong. Holy shit. One thing I've learned as I've gotten older is that selfishness is not inherently immoral. It's only immoral if it's done at the expense of others. Yeah, listen, everybody is selfish, and everybody does things for selfish means, all right? Even if it's saving another life. But the problem is, if you like, if Ash, if you were in a burning building, and I, ran into that burning building, risking my own life to save you, that would be a selfish act. But that doesn't make it an evil act. That's the problem. Like, selfish actions and evil actions are not the same thing. And by the way, while I'm criticizing these absolutely asinine moral arguments like anti-hero, anti-villain in fiction, I'm so glad that, you know, these days it looks like if the trope of if you kill him you'll be just like him is a dead horse trope. I hate that shit so much. I hate that so much. Like, you have no idea. That one for me is up there with the what's it? The washed up old veteran who has to step aside for the next generation, but he's like a 21-year-old dude. Like, shut up. Shut up. You talk like one of them TikTok Zoomers who thinks that, you know, you're unk by the time you're unk or whatever the word is by the time you're like 20. Like, fuck off. Like, I get valuing and cherishing youth, but that's like that's a degree of like overvaluing youth to the point that the moment you think someone crosses the age crosses into being 21, they're old and decrepit and just need to keel over and into their coffin already. You're gonna be honest. I haven't seen any of the Starship Troopers discourse. I really can't say anything about it since I haven't seen it. The only discourse I have seen is the Anastasia discourse and seeing neo-commies getting pissed at it. Oh, I saw that. I saw that. You know. Hold on. Let's see. I'm gonna look this up. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can find that on. Oh, okay. Basically, okay, Ash, to bring you up to speed, somebody praised the film Anastasia. You know, the animated film. And then a bunch of communists got mad about it because, you know, portrayed a daughter of one of the Russian royal family in a positive light. Like a bunch of American commies were getting bad. Yeah, because it's the 28th anniversary. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find this. Let's view the quotes on this real quick. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. So, all right. Hold on. Okay, so let's go back to here. Let's go back to here. So here's Toon Hive's post about it. Here's Toon Hive's post about it. 28 years ago today, Anastasia released in theaters. Like, okay, first of all, Don Bluth, you know, legitimately talented guy, brought low by the fact I legitimately think in his later films he was trying too hard to be like Disney and not enough like his own signature style, which is what made his animations, I think, better than Disney's. Reminder, communists are not human beings and do not deserve to be treated as such. Joe McCarthy was right. Yes, absolutely. But okay, let's check this. Okay, here we go. Let's just read the replies. I hate this movie. The Romanovs deserve their fate. Her real story was okay. That's let's see. Okay, here's this guy. Posting, the Romanov children being shot in a movie. Classy. Let's see a gif of Lenin. So pro Lenin. Let's see. Okay, well, you know what? How about this? Let's check the quote tweets. That's where we got it. We got to find some juicy ones in there. Okay, okay, here we go. Okay, first communist, pro-communist quote tweet here. Heinlein is interesting as he is very similar to Ayn Rand, although he takes a much less preachy route to explaining his views. That's why Starship Troopers is so much more impactful in modern pop culture. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't help that it really doesn't help though that the Atlas Shrugged movies really sucked. See, Here we go. Let's check this guy. It's still so hilarious to me that Russophobia went so wild. Disney removed the movie they made about how Russia is an icebound hellscape of unthinking NPCs controlled by the will of an evil sorcerer, because even acknowledging Russia existed pissed off the fascists who pay for Disney Plus. This guy considers himself partisan. Listen, if you put people who are extremely loud about the fact, they're air quotes centrists and on social media, and people who are just so far left, they think being a moderate, center leftist is far right. If you made a Venn diagram of those two groups, you just have a circle. Alternatively, I could just say, short fat otaku, Dev, because that's what he is. He's so far left, he thinks his position on the far left is the center. It's also why I don't like using it's also why I use the term moderate instead of centrist, because the word centrist has been poisoned by far leftists who think that, their position on far left is the center because they're so unaware of how the Overton window works. Well, let's find some more. Okay, here, this guy, Lenin was right. Do I even need to, unmute this? The greatest work of Russian propaganda turned 28 years old a few days ago. All right, okay, gamer with a Y, writer, social liberal, no Muscovites, fascist, or commies allowed? Russian propaganda. Great, granted, he's got the flag of Ukraine and the European Union flag and the Canadian flag in his fucking thing. Oh, and the Pakistan flag. Yeah, we all know how much his opinion's worth. Okay, here we go. How compelling, please face the wall. The the quote retweets are proof that we need to eliminate communism in this country. Real. We need to make communism and socialism illegal in the United States. Like, actually punishable by jail time. And jail time and deportation. AI generated thumbnail. Hey, look, listen. Okay, Big E, I'm gonna be real with you on this one. I can't draw. I work on a budget. I'm not paying someone $500 or more to make a thumbnail when I can make it myself. Okay? If people have a problem with me using that to make a reusable thumbnail for one of my streams, they can take it up with me and be ignored. I don't care. I legitimately don't care, especially because like I said, I operate on a budget, and there's a grand total of 2 artists I would commission that I trust to get the work back to me. Maybe 3. 4 artists. But yeah. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. Like, oh man, I'm gonna end up on the artist rant right now, because the fact that I'm in a position where I'm genuine, where people are in a position like, oh, just commission an artist. It's like, well, first of all, not everybody has a couple $100 just lying around to commission art for, especially when streaming and content creation isn't their day job. Have I ever seen Anastasia? No, I have not, actually. It's one of the Don Bluth films that have passed me by, but I'm going to be honest, watching communists read about this makes me want to watch it. You saw it in theaters as some banger songs. I know it has the one with Rasputin, Rasputin summoning the undead and talking about, rise for your master, my minions. I know it has that song. I'm not going to lie, I kind of want to see it. Also, I want to say it's the same animation company that Prince of Egypt. I fucking love Prince of Egypt. In the Dark of Night. Anti-AI bros really don't get being poor. Yeah, like, listen. Listen. On the one hand, I will absolutely say there are people who, okay, I'm moving back to here because I'm about to go on a completely unrelated rant to, a completely unrelated rant to Anastasia. But, like, listen, I respect artists. I respect talented people. Okay. Okay, there are people out there. I will cite an excellent example, Matt Frank. Okay, Matt Frank. I think he is a detestable human being. He is legitimately one of the most obnoxious shit libs I have ever had the displeasure of seeing his opinions vomited up in my face by social media, okay? He is one of the best artists to ever grace the comic book pages for the Godzilla franchise. Like, Matt Frank, you're a piece of shit. You're a top tier artist. I just want you to know that, okay? So, I legitimately respect artists. But you know what? The whole AI thing, the problem with AI is that, like, some artists just don't understand not being an artist. They don't understand art from the perspective of the buyer. Like, when the fake C&D happened to me and I needed an avatar because, like, on the quick, right? Because it's like, oh shit, I think Games Workshop just hit me with a cease and desist. I don't know if I can use my Space Marine avatar anymore. You know what I did? I went to I went to fucking the Bing AI thing, and I had it generate a character that I could use that looked vaguely like a Space Marine because I needed one that night, and I couldn't wait like potentially 3 months for a commission. So you know what? That's what I did. I cut the image out. I use it I edited it a little bit to have, like, some talking and blinking animations, and I used that up until the point it was like, oh no, the C&D was fake, at which point I was like, oh, okay, and I switched back. But you know what? And now an artist might get mad, for the record, this avatar, which I commissioned from Mistborn Radiant on Twitter, great guy, by the way, great guy, go commission him, he does good shit. I linked to him. I linked to him on my Twitter and on my, I want to say on my YouTube account too. If I don't, I really need to change that. Great guy, go commission him. But a lot of artists who get really mad about AI don't understand the position of the buyer, especially people who, might need to get a lot of stuff done and might not have a lot of stuff done that they need, but don't necessarily have the money for it. Especially because a lot of Western artists will, like, the rates they charge for art is exorbitant. Like, yeah, art's a luxury, but honestly, like, a lot of these artists charging $500, $800, $900 for things aren't making $900 caliber art. And they also take, they take commission upon commission upon commission, and then they don't finish them. They lag on getting it done. I'll get it done eventually. Eventually never comes. Like, Kirsch was absolutely right when I think in her rant about artists, she compared commissioning art to, like, playing a gacha game, except sometimes you're going to drop several $100s and get nothing. At least in a gacha game, I'm going to get something back for dropping money on a fucking roll, okay? And I say this as a guy who does not like gacha games. Pay me $500 and wait 3 weeks if I feel generous. Like, yeah, like, okay. the artists I've commissioned and got work from in the past were consummate professionals who they were clear about their commission process. They, they were upfront about pay. They were willing to negotiate cost. They were good dudes, and I respect the hell out of them. But the simple fact is, I might need a specific image as a dude working on operating on a budget who does this as a side gig. This is not my main thing. What I do here is not my main thing. I can't necessarily risk rolling the dice on something that'll cost several $100s that may not get finished in time or may not get finished at all. Like, something I've actually been considering doing recently regarding commissions. I've been considering commissioning Mistborn Radiant again to get a new avatar, one that represents Bohemond, the character Bohemond out of his armor. Like, in like his, in like, what do you call it? Where like with like, the face, like the old face mask from the old avatar, like adapting that to the new one, like the face mask and like, military dress with like a cape and like all the medals and shit that he would wear, like that. I've been thinking of commissioning him that, but the simple fact is I don't have the money to go commissioning thousands of dollars in art for stuff that I do for a side gig. So yeah, I have used AI. I don't deny that. But artists need to realize most people who are using AI are not using AI to spite them or to steal from them. They're using it because from the perspective of the buyer, they might not necessarily be able to drop hundreds of dollars on art on a whim for a project. And I genuinely believe artists in the West need to adapt to a market where they need to be more competitive now. That is what I genuinely believe. If you want to do art, you need to be competitive. That competitive quality assurance that you'll deliver. That is how you beat AI. That is how artists beat AI. And there are a lot of artists who are like that. I have a lot of artists who are mutuals, and they're like that. Those are the kind of artists they are. And that's why I respect them. But then there's the people who run VGens who, it's like Keir said, you're rolling the dice. If you commission these people, you are rolling the dice, and you are rolling the dice on a several $100 purchase. And you may never see that work finished. And those artists, they don't deserve to call themselves that. If you're taking commissions from people and you're not delivering, or you're delivering super late, honestly, you're a thief. You're a bigger thief than any AI algorithm. Because you can kick around the AI steals argument all you want. You stole someone's money. And fuck you for that. So so to say I'm paranoid about when I commission artists is an understatement. The AI problem is exactly the same as piracy. It's a service issue. It really is. No, everyone wants to discuss it as like, theft and, there's no soul. There's no soul in it. It's like, okay, that's hilarious considering how many of the artists making the soul argument are atheists. Oh, so now the soul exists. All right. You were criticizing Christians like me for believing in the soul, a couple minutes ago. Now all of a sudden you're arguing the soul, you fucking hypocrite. But yeah, it's like, it is absolutely a service issue. And like I said, the artists I choose to follow are the ones I respect for not only, the quality of their art, but also the fact they deliver. You commission them, you get your commission. I respect the hell out of that. I legitimately do. And trying to boil it all down to people just being lazy or uncreative also is, the whole pick up a pencil thing. That is legitimately turning more people away from artists than it's getting to pick up art and start becoming artists or commission artists. Because you're arguing in an entitled way. if you are better about your service as an artist, because art is a service, taking commissions, that's a service. If you are better about art as a service, then you will overcome AI easily. But you have to remember the position of the buyer. You have to consider that with your commissions and with your how many not only the cost, but how many you take, how long you promise on delivery, making good on those deliveries. Art is a service. Treat it like a service. You will beat AI easily. Okay, I'm going to catch up on chat here. I don't know if you ever seen it, but people get but some get ass mad at people for comparing their art to something else, even when it's a compliment. Yeah, no, I've seen that. You can get banned off of art subreddits for doing that if the artist you're being compared to is somebody that's on the special snowflake list. I remember earlier this year there was a controversy from indie bakers because Walmart began putting out vintage heart cakes in their bakery. A vintage heart cake is just a heart-shaped cake with ribbony frosting. They sold these for $15. It led to bakers throwing a tantrum, going so far as to call it unfair competition, waxing philosophical about how historically people couldn't afford cakes. That is exactly the point I'm making. It's like, if you got to be competitive. This is a business venture. You starting a business taking commissions. So you got to be competitive in your business. And yes, you can compete with free. You can absolutely compete with it. Because here's a simple fact of life. Free is generally as good as it costs. That's a fact of life. And that's come from a guy using an AI image for, the cover of this stream. So yeah, I realize I got slop. I fully realize that, but you know what? It's slop that worked. It's slop that worked for me. But you can compete with free. So people should be grateful to spend only like $80 on a basic bitch heart-shaped cake. Yeah, right? Listen, I don't know how to fucking bake. I could make a heart-shaped. I could make that. Yeah, it would probably come out scuffed, but I could make it, I could make a cake like that. I also I think so-called artists got to realize that some people can't draw for shit, and that's okay. Yeah, no, seriously, not everyone can pick up drawing. Like, I know I can't. And I will say, from the position as somebody who writes, I understand the fears of AI. I write. ChatGPT is a thing. People try to generate novels and thesis papers and everything using AI. This doesn't just affect people who draw. And acting like it does is, incredibly pretentious. So as somebody from a position of somebody who makes art, yeah, I get it. But you know what? I'm not going to panic. My answer is to just do better than a machine. I don't like AI art, but it's there, and it would be a real jerk to hate someone for using the available technology. Yeah, I mean, AI generation is just going to become a tool down the line. Like, artists will have to adapt to that, and that's a simple thing they're going to have to accept. They're going to have to adapt to it. It will become a tool people use, one way or another. They will use it because, like, I don't think every artist will use it. After all, like, there are tools people choose not to use with art, with making art. But it will become a tool people use, including artists. We're right now going through the photographs are unfair spiel that people who painted portraits made when photography became widely available. The AI problem is exactly the same as it's a service issue. I read that off. In the furry fandom, there was a big scuffle about one guy using someone's art in an AI animation in Grok. Later, it turned out the artist was using AI images and tracing them for people's commissions. Yeah, Leo, I remember that. And that reminds, what that honestly reminds me of? And this reminds me of something why all the violently anti-AI people are, not only do they give artists a bad name, they attack actual artists more than they attack people who use AI. Like, they really do. They like, how many times have you seen an artist like pour their heart and soul into an image, and then someone will quote tweet them, drawing a red circle around a single, minor flaw in composition, and be like, AI, and then buy 200,000 likes or something like that on from China, and then get that artist canceled. Because that's happened a lot. And I genuinely think, fuck you for doing that to artists. Actually, fuck you. Okay? Like, the anti-AI people attack more artists than people who use AI. And it's just become a witch hunt at this point. And they go after actual artists. And this is a story I've told. Now, I know exactly who I'm talking about. You could probably find it if you knew who I'm talking about. For the sake of their privacy, I will not mention their name. So you're gonna have to go with trust me, bro, on this one, all right? But I saw it happen. It was this one person, they did art, admitted that they were using AI to trace. Okay, they were generating AI images and tracing because they didn't have confidence in their own style. But what they said though in their admittance of this was, I did not like that it didn't let me draw in a way that was unique to me. I stopped doing it. I'm going to learn to draw properly. And yeah, it's like they basically said, I'm just gonna, suck it up, be brave, learn to draw proper, right? And I respect the hell out of that. I actually started following them due to that, because I respect that. But then the anti-AI people descended on them and said, oh, you need to delete your accounts. You need to delete your entire social media presence, come back under a different name so people forget you, because this is unacceptable. How dare you? How dare you admit you used AI? You're evil. You need to, and then they were saying other less savory stuff I won't quote here. And then for a couple of days after that, they would be like, when are you going to apologize for using AI art? You didn't apologize. It's like, shut the fuck up. They're doing exactly what you wanted them to do. They're learning to draw. Fuck you. Because obviously at this point, it's not about people learning to draw. You just want to witch hunt people. That's what this is about for you now. So yeah, no, I do not respect people who are anti-AI, because they're causing more damage than they're causing more damage than they're fixing. So no, I do not respect them at all. Not at all. Like, you couldn't pay me to respect them. These artists are the same people who make the asinine bake the cake bigot argument. Remember that whenever their worthless talents gets threatened. Yeah, exactly. Like the people who attacked that artist for not drawing a what was it, a lesbian couple, I think, and they all came down on that artist. That was literally because of that artist's religious beliefs. The artist was a Muslim. Now, obviously I'm a gay dude. I'm not a fan of Islam. But all the same, that's that artist's boundary. You have to respect an artist's boundaries, Most people say they can spot an AI a mile away are running purely off 1 or 2 points of consideration that generate a lot of false positives. That is true. The irony of the whole pick up the pencil thing is that most people who say pick up the pencil need to follow their own advice. Let's be real, if Picasso was an artist today, he would have been bombarded with AI accusations. He really would have. And I think a lot of people don't. I think a lot of people, lose the irony of that. They would hate Picasso today because they would accuse him of using AI. I'm gonna be honest, I think some artists accuse other artists so they can get rid of competition. No, I fully believe that. the art scene is literally just a Mean Girls situation on the same level as like the VTuber community. The people who are so desperate to be a hero end up being evil. Yeah. Most people who are trying to like want to be a hero so unbelievably bad are the ones who end up becoming the villain. Picasso was a dirty commie. He may have been, but he was still an excellent artist. I mean, that's just being objective. AI can generate some very dank memes. You got to admit that. Okay, listen. Regardless of your stance on AI, you really, really, really have to appreciate how AI is the perfect shitpost generator. We are in a golden age of shitposts thanks to AI technology. Like AI generation. We really are. Oh, sorry for going on that rant, everyone. That was off schedule. That was an off schedule rant, but it kind of just happened because because Big E brought up the video cover. Now I'll probably end up cutting this bit out and making a random rant video about it. Man, I was gonna, if I found the time, make a video about the whole Starship Troopers thing. But then this, it came up on Twitter again, and this stream kind of beat me to it. I might just do it anyway because I feel like I can convey my point about like, intent versus text and authorial malapropism better. Excuse me, in a pre-recorded video. A complete tangent, but I was thinking it recently about how the left is uninclusively inclusive because 90% of their canceling of people is contingent on one person losing their minds over something at random with no clear distinction of what led to it. The left loves its unwritten rules or its moralizing based off vague thesis papers you'll only ever see in a university library or behind a paywall. The thing is, as an autistic individual, rules as written are a thing I know a lot of. Yeah, seriously. You can't argue like that. You can't argue, oh, I lost my mind, therefore I have a point. It's like, no, you fucking don't. Going off on someone because you were personally offended is not like, that is not an argument, like being offended. Being offended is not an argument. And I don't care who was offended. It's like what do you call it? I don't know if this is related or not, but I'm thinking of the being gay is natural thing, to which somebody will always say, yeah, so is cancer. Does that make cancer good? And it's like, both of you are arguing from a position of offense. Shut up. You're both failing this argument. You can't just argue homosexuality occurs in nature. You can't just argue that. Just like you can't argue appeal to nature, just as you can't just argue the fact that it's appeal to nature and consider that a good argument for either side. You're both wrong. This just reminds me of this one OnlyFans artist girl who started a whole drama over one guy using the F slur, but bro was openly bi. Yeah, listen. It's genuinely funny how the left will be like, we're reclaiming this slur, and then somebody will go to do that and then get yelled at for doing it. Like, it's like, you're allowed to have the pass, but you're not allowed to have the pass at the same time. Like, if I said the F slur on Twitch, if you supposedly, if you state your race and orientation, you can say, slurs related to that. But at the same time, it's selectively enforced. Like, I could get banned for saying the F slur despite the fact I'm gay. And I'm registered as gay when I signed up for my Twitter account to stream. So it's hypocrisy. You can either reclaim slurs or you can't say them. You can't have both. You can't have both in these situations. The 95% of the ding-dongs are just quoting Reddit threads. That's the biggest problem. Our science is not actual education. Yeah, it's not. And neither is I fucking love science. Fuck that site. Fuck that site. Like, seriously. The left can't meme, the right can meme. Well, I mean, okay. Okay, Big E. There's no more proof of that than the fact that, you know, when the left decided to fire back at the left can't meme, they just said the right can't meme. The attempt to counter argue the left can't meme just proved the right correct in the fact the left can't meme, because all the left can do is take right-wing memes and try to reappropriate them without the context that made them funny. That's why group chats exist at the very least. That they are the sacred covenant. Man, listen. Listen. On my Discord server, when we're in voice chat, nobody cared. Like honestly, the only word in casual conversation we have banned on our Discord server is Latinx or Latinx. You want to know why? We want to know why? Because Latinx is a fucking cringe term thought up by a bunch of white people trying to muscle in their progressive bullshit on another culture's language. That's why. That's why we have the word Latinx banned. We use every other slur in the book because my Discord server is legitimately that meme of, you know, what do you call it? The racist friend group, where it's like, it's like, you know, where it's like, you know, the racist friend group is like the white dude, the black dude, the you know, the Latino dude, the you know, the several flavors of Asian dude, you know, the gay dude, you know, the trans person, you know, it's everybody, and everybody's calling each other slurs, and no one gives a shit. And no one gives a shit. You want to know why? Because we all respect each other and know it's not serious. Don't forget the belter. Oh yeah, we can't forget. Yeah, we can't forget handsome hipster, our token belter, because we got to have him there for representation. Oh yeah, it's like EA. Yeah, EA. Like EA here in chat. Hey EA. EA is German. We were watching G Gundam on the Discord last night because we watch. We do like watch-alongs every Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night. We were watching G Gundam. We got to the part where Schwarzbruder, you know, the German Gundam pilot showed up, and what do I? And because we watch things with our voices muted, obviously, so we're not like constantly talking over it. But we were watching it, and what I say, and Schwarzbruder shows up on the anime, and I show it saying to chat, "It's the Nazis." So obviously, I don't think all German people are Nazis, but obviously I cracked the joke and EA found it funny. So yeah, when people respect each other, they can say the most heinous shit and nobody cares. But anyway, say what EA had to say. Speaking of shit like this, have you seen the articles that a Nigerian politician named Adolf Hitler might get elected? I saw that, EA. Hey, listen, EA, it's World War II. It's World War II 2. We're running it back. We're having another. Who do you think is going to be the Italy in this equation? We're like, you know, they ally with Nigeria, and then the moment they start getting their ass beat by the Allies, they switch sides. Oh, damn, bro, I forgot about Friday anime night. Sad Chonka noises. Oh, yeah, no. Chonka also hosts his own events on Friday, which, you know, I don't mind because I'm streaming on Fridays, so it's not like cutting into anything I'm doing on the server. So yeah. Also watch G Gundam. It's peak. G Gundam is peak. It really is. It really is. The worst thing to happen to Germany after World War II was the cultural Marxists of the Frankfurt School. Now, Frankfurt School was before World War II. Frankfurt School was before World War II. In fact, its existence was one of the motivating factors for the Nazis to grab power. Like, the Nazis were fucking evil. Don't get me wrong, but they didn't just appear for no reason. Germany was in a sad social state leading up to, you know, after the end of World War One. Daily reminder: the left nearly ruined Count Dankula's life over him doing shit posting about his dog doing the not doing the Sieg Heil. Yeah, yeah. Like, did he go to jail for that? I don't remember. I don't remember if he went to jail for that, but they definitely threw the book at him over it. It was a fucking shit post. It wasn't even serious. And every day, I thank God I'm not British. Believe me. I thank God I'm not British because I don't have to put up with it, that flagrant bullshit coming out of Britain. You think he was in jail for a bit? Yeah, I don't remember. It's been so long since that whole incident. He did not go to jail. He got a fine. He refused to pay. Oh, you know what? Based. Fucking based. Seriously. I wouldn't pay that fucking fine. I'd throw it back at him and be like, here, go fuck yourself. I don't care if you're the government. Fucking shoot me, He isn't. Yeah. We were talking about that. Oh my God. Legit. I know the whole "we used to be a real country" is seriously like overused, but we used to be a real country. And I know we're talking about Britain, but all the same, it's like, we used to be able to just say what the fuck we wanted without a bunch of shrieking Karens on social media breathing down our neck. Ugh. My favorite thing by Count Dankula was the cover of the Nations of the World. Yeah, I've seen that. I will not quote it because, yeah. Subscribe to Count Dankula on YouTube, Alex Jones. Man, yeah. Oh man, Alex Jones as well. The fact they sued him for $1 billion or something like that. Like, okay, listen. What he said was crass. They were absolutely trying to silence him through abuse of power. Like, absolutely trying to silence Alex Jones through abuse of power. Like, they absolutely were. They were absolutely trying to do that because they couldn't do it officially, so they did it unofficially by basically trying to deny him his right to broadcast. Like, yeah. Like that is what they were doing. It wasn't about what he said. It was about trying to find an angle they could take him down. I say, without a hint of irony, if Kamala Harris had won, free speech would have been abolished in the United States. It would have been absolutely abolished. It would be illegal to say certain things in the United States. He deserved that sentence. Should have been 10 million, not billions. No, I'm going to say no, he didn't. I don't think he deserved it. What he said was absolutely abominable. But suing him over it, no, absolutely not. Let alone for millions. Let alone absolutely not for billions. No, I do not agree with him being sued for that too. Because remember, the whole thing with free speech, it's like, oh, you can't yell fire in a crowded building. I'm sorry, but saying something that offends you is not yelling fire in a crowded building. That is not how that works. You do not get to sue people over that. There is such a thing as slander. Like, okay, but the problem is that does not fall under slander. That does not fall under slander, especially when you're talking about someone like Alex Jones, okay? It also doesn't help that Alex Jones okay, there's a reason Alex Jones was right is a meme, because he keeps getting proven right. So yeah, I'm sorry, but when you're talking about a show like Alex Jones, you are really stretching the definition of slander if you're suing him for saying something. And I look, you don't have to agree with me on that, but that's just how I feel about that. That's how I feel about that, because seriously, I think at that point you're just trying to ride the lightning to more money. That's what I think is going on there. Hey Bo, what did I say, Ramen? We're just rambling still. I'm probably gonna switch to Space Marine 2 here in a minute. That's the definition of slander. I mean, maybe, dude, but I will also say, I've also seen the footage of the dude, talking to a guy, laughing heartily, and then when he goes up to the podium, he starts acting like he's crying. I've seen that footage too, so we're gonna drop this discussion on that. Isn't Alex Jones the gay frog guy? Yeah, and guess what? He was right. He was right, because guess what? The chemicals in the water were forcing frogs to undergo sequential hermaphroditism. Hermaphrodism. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Well, the chemicals they were putting in the water were forcing them to undergo a sequential hermaphrodism, and screwing up the frog population as a result. So guess what? He was right. Oh yeah, Helldivers 2 finally added the minigun and the chainsaw, and I love it. Okay. Listen, Ramen. It didn't just add those, it added the pulse rifle from Aliens. Like, I took the screenshot of it. Okay, hold on. I took a screenshot of it earlier today and I posted it. One moment, everyone. Where did I put that? Okay. You can't tell me that's not just the pulse rifle. Like, okay, the grenade launcher is different. All right, the grenade launcher is different because it's like an M203 style grenade launcher. But that's just the pulse rifle from Aliens in general shape. They need to add the plasma rifle from Terminator 2 now. I mean, they kind of did already. They kind of did already with the existing plasma guns, but yeah, no. I will just say though, I hope this this update with Helldivers 2 adds some much needed balancing, not of the gameplay, but of the performance, because holy shit. Performance-wise, Helldivers is not in a good place right now. But does it do what the pulse rifle's supposed to do, being the best rifle outside of explosives being bolted to your bolt rifle? I don't know. I don't know. Like, obviously it won't be a caseless rifle because the Super Earth uses cased ammunition, but listen, if it can be anything like the pulse rifle in terms of like feel of fire and sound, I will love this rifle. The fact that an FBI agent that had nothing to do with Sandy Hook was a primary recipient of the Alex Jones lawsuit to tell you everything about that permafuck just judicial failure. Seriously, I'll be honest. The Sandy Hook lawsuit is up there with the criminal charges against Trump. It's up there in terms of like abuse of the judicial system.
All call signs check in.
Oh, hey, Exorn, thank you for the subscription. Congrats on 10 months. Good morning, Jan. Yeah, good morning to you too, dude. Even the normal Earth is not using the caseless ammo because it sucks. Okay. I'm about to go into another tangent here, Kevin, and honestly, this is one I've been meaning to rant about a lot. The reason we don't have caseless ammo has nothing to do with caseless ammo not being viable. It has to do with the fact that the Cold War ended, so they decided to just stop research. So West Germany decided to stop researching it and use Soviet surplus. That's why we don't have caseless ammunition. Like, I know people are going to point out to the fucking Kraut space magic feed mechanism on the G11. It's like, yeah, okay, but the P90 does the same thing better. So clearly, arguing the feed mechanism on the G11 as an argument against caseless ammo, it doesn't fucking work either. Because we could get, if all we need to do to get caseless ammo to work is just, find some kind of like, explosive material that we can use as the case that isn't gonna, because half the problem is they were using stuff like what do you call it? They were using stuff like more analogous to black powder to make the case, for the caseless ammo. And nobody wanted to stop thinking of like, say, ballistic, like not ballistic polymer. That's not the term. Like some kind of like explosive polymer with a lower burn rate than like, say, plastic explosive. Like something like that you could make like a hardened plastic. You could actually, in that case, make a caseless ammo weapon. You would probably have to make it what's the term for it? What we call electronically fired cartridges. Fuck, I can't remember the term for it. But yeah, you would have to use like an electrical firing mechanism rather than probably a firing pin. But honestly, that's easy. Like electro ETC. That's it. ETC. Yeah, ETC. What do you call it? Like like you have to make it like an ETC gun, like an electrothermal chemical gun. But real talk, if you went that route, I mean, honestly, we can figure out an electrical firing pin, no problem. Like seriously, that's not hard. We could do that now. And honestly, I want to say ETC guns, like proper ETC guns that use the whole, electrical charge down inside the powder. They've already got that figured out. They've got that figured out already. Like, you wouldn't even need to do that if you're using effectively the the caseless ammo equivalent of like a slow burn plastic explosive, to do caseless ammo with electrical firing. You would. So yeah, the core of my point is that caseless ammo doesn't suck because caseless ammo isn't used not because it sucks. It's because nobody wanted to figure it out. And honestly, when we basically have figured it out. The LSAT was a caseless ammo prototype LMG for the U.S. military. You want to know why they didn't adopt it? Because nobody wants to stop using 5.56. That's why. Nobody wants to go through the logistical hurdles of stopping to use 5.56. And now the U.S. military adopted a new rifle that isn't 5.56 anyway. So, like, that's not even a good argument. Caseless ammo worked on battleships, so what keeps us to? Okay, it's the fact that the way battleships do it, the way battleships do it is like they've got like the actual round, and then they've the slug or the shell. They've got the shell, and then the powder charge is separate and in like a cloth container. You couldn't use that for an actual bullet because it wouldn't work well in a feed mechanism, like in a gun. Like in a automatic weapon or even a semi-automatic weapon, it wouldn't work. You would have to use something that can be like that can withstand moisture and not fall. It can withstand moisture, isn't going to spoil. It isn't going to spoil, and also isn't going to crack or go off unexpectedly. Under you crack under pressure. Or go off unexpectedly on exposure to heat. And honestly, I fully think some kind of explosive polymer, like I'm thinking like, okay, obviously not plastic explosives, right? But something that like a plastic explosive that burns more like gunpowder than exploding all at once, like plastic explosives does, would honestly work. If they could like figure out something like that, we could have caseless ammo easily. But, like I said, they don't want to figure it out because, like, the military industrial complex is dildos. Like, legit, like, honestly, there's like the politics involved in trying to get people and trying to get them to stop saying, hey, stop using 5.56 is so unbelievably stupid that, you know, they don't want to adopt new ammunitions or research new ammunitions. Like, it's a miracle the new U.S. service rifle isn't using 5.56. And I want to say that's because the U.S. military signed like some kind of, like they politically maneuvered it so they'd sign some kind of contract with SIG to make the ammunition or something like that. Tiny pellets of propellant feeding from the hopper above the bullet, making it essentially an air gun, but with booms would be sick. Would not work, but it would be sick. That would be funny, honestly. Like, I'm going to be real. Sometimes my fucking probably autistic brain, you know, I'm not diagnosed autistic, but I'm pretty sure. I will literally like stay up at night, just like staring at the ceiling, thinking for hours on like, how would this kind of futuristic weapon system work? Like, I'll just do that. And then I'll like realize I'm doing it's like, oh shit, I should have been in bed. And then I'll like finally collapse in bed. It's like, oh, I am such a fucking nerd. Jesus Christ. Thinking about all this shit. Oh man. But yeah, listen, if you ever want to talk about why we don't have caseless ammo guns, oh shit, hold on. Ad going through. Sorry, everyone. I will, yeah, I will wait the 20 seconds to say this for the people on the Twitch end of things. All right, 13 seconds, 10, 12 seconds. I got to get that bot that talks about like, it's like ad coming in, brace yourselves so people can like, you know, go take a piss or something. I don't know. Okay, Twitch end of things, you are back. But like, yeah, like I was going to say, if you ever want to blame anyone for why we don't have caseless ammo rifles, blame H&K for making an unnecessarily complicated feed mechanism that fucking FN was able to do, you know, better, cheaper, and more effectively. And blame the Germans for abandoning research when the Cold War ended. That's why we don't have caseless ammo, and there is literally no other reason. Oh God, thank God for skip the dishes. I was so hungry. Honey, don't forget to eat. Jesus, like fuck. Okay. You know what? We've been going for two hours now on the app. I said I'd play the new Space Marine. I had a 4-hour stream. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, yeah, like don't forget. Well, okay, yeah, you can't exactly cook while streaming, but you know what? Yeah, yeah, like, just don't forget to eat, all right? But still, if we go for 2 hours, though, I'm going to swap over here. I'm going to get the ball rolling on specimens. Yeah, great. Now I've got fucking Indrik Boreal playing in my head. God, make it stop. Make it stop. Someone's rambling about metal boxes. It sucks. If you want to see how permafuck the American judiciary is, look at how it handled the Amerasia scandal. That shit will boil your blood with rage. I don't know what that is, but I'm making a mental note of it. I'm gonna look it up later. All right, that's getting going. Hang on, everyone. Where is? There it is. Okay, there's the game music. All right, I gotta switch shit out on gotta switch shit around on you know, I got on a Tweetor. All right, that's switched out. Can it be the same issue that I just read the Rush Hour 4 is getting made? Oh, no, EA. I don't know if you heard about that. Like, literally, literally, Rush Hour 4 is getting made because of Donald Trump. Apparently, he was pestering them to make a Rush Hour 4. Like, I don't know about you guys. I find that hilarious. Man. All right. Okay, here we are. Let's head over here. Now, I did log into this a little earlier. I've set up my my assault marine is now a blood angel with the proper backpack. All right. Bulwark. Actually, hold up. I'm gonna do something here, real quick. I want to say I bought the Imperial Fist, the Imperial Fist helmet. That's Dark Angels. That's Bangels. Aha, there we go. Yeah, no, he gets to keep the fist icon. There we go. Yeah, but we're going as Bulwark specific. Okay, I need to check something about the about Thunderhammer real quick. Oh, thank God, it's a fencing Thunderhammer. That is exactly what I wanted. Okay. Fully charged attacks leave behind a shock grenade effect. That's actually really cool. Though I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of leaning toward. Maybe I will get the Thunderhammer actually. What's this? Appearance. All right, yeah, the Blood Angels, sword. Wait, no, why am I? Hold on. Why the fuck am I? Okay, appearance. What look do I want to use? Not that. Not that. Space Wolves are cringe. Yeah, there we go. And I'm gonna, you know what though? I'm gonna run sword and board. What appearance do I have? The black sword. Okay, yeah. Or the executioner sword. All right. Perks. What's this? Banner revives. Squad members take less damage. Banner, which one I got here? Deals damage. 10-second duration restores armor faster. I'll keep the. I'll wait until I can get a. Yeah, I'll keep the damage. A little extra damage is always nice. Okay. Oh, the new Black Templar. Yeah, the new Black Templar helm. Hold on, yeah. I think I've seen it before. Where's it available? Is it available here? There it is. That's nice. That's nice. Hold on. Actually, you know what? Oh, I gotta buy it with accolades, motherfucker. Damn it, because I want to focus on the weapons. Chained Rampart. Is that that's not hold on. That's not Ultramarine only, is it? Wait, hold on. Why did my helmet? What the fuck? Am I schizoing out? Whatever. Okay. Is it? Oh, I apparently can't use that one in this. Okay. Whatever. Wait a minute. Did it change my chest piece without my permission? bulwark. You know what? I'm eyeing this chest piece. Like for my Death Watch bulwark. Okay, this one has the Maltese cross on it. Why the fuck does it have to have an ultramarine symbol? I get it's Sergeant Mataris' breastplate, but all the same, a version without the ultramarines icon would be like, that'd be great. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Chain Rampart is heavy. Oh, okay, yeah, that's it. That's it. All right. Wait. Okay, okay. There's my tabard. All right. I thought I lost it for a sec. That's how I feel about the Beaky with Laurels. If I could get it without the Bionic Eye, it would be peak. Yeah, I feel that. All right. We're gonna drop in with randos this time. We're gonna do the new mission because I have not done it yet. And then we'll do the then we will do the what do you call it? The one with the the daily thing for the daily rewards. Please tell me nobody picked please tell me nobody picked Bulwark already. Nobody picked Bulwark. Nice. You do like that the armors are cheaper now? Yeah, no, I agree with that. You wish you could join me stuck at work. That's cool, dude. That's cool. I'm not gonna hold it against you. Yeah, I am glad the armors are cheaper, honestly. Like if I'm gonna have to pick between the weapons, like the weapons and the armors, I'm gonna pick the weapons first every time. You'd wish they make daily stratagems give more. That's true.
Maintain an arm span distance from any servitor at work. Their reaction latency is high.
Hello, what's up, my Raven Guard? Yeah, what's up, my Raven Guard? Okay. Oh. Yeah, okay, Caravan Crawl is still joining. Okay. Let's go. So we got heavy, what do you got? Fucking heavy Vanguard and Bulwark. Okay. The new heavy bolt pistol sounds nice. Oh, I mean the one that's a guaranteed headshot kill? Yeah, no, that's overpowered as fuck. I can only imagine there's some kind of like ammo balance, like balancing going on with ammo availability. It's basically the Absolver pistol that certain Space Marine units can take, like the Chaplain. Bolt Sniper is hot ass because it's the base damage model. Hey, look, that's just more motivation for me to never finish leveling Sniper. All right, let's see how this new mission does.
Hours, 12 minutes ago, the Imperial cruiser Wrath of Espandor, in orbit around Avarax, transmitted a distress beacon and then went silent. Intelligence suggests the ship now plays host to Tyranid parasites. and the reported damage exceeds reclamation standards. If we cannot reclaim the ship, then we will unleash the wrath of Espendor's full, destructive potential directly into the Xenos Hive fleet.
Oh, so we're sneaking onto the ship, setting the reactor to blow, and fuck everything in the blast radius.
Its cyclonic arsenal and its
It also has theoretically infinite ammo, so it's balanced. Yeah, isn't it like if you get a headshot, it gets its round back? It's you know what it is? It's basically Icebreaker from Destiny. It is the Space Marine version of Icebreaker.
Of the plasma cores.
The Wrath of Espendor will perform her duty one last time.
Sweet, I have enough LP for an Odyssey's BPC and Sisters of Eve materials for it. Oh, nice. You're gonna make billions making that, selling that if you decide to sell it.
Remain vigilant. The Xenos infestation goes deep in this ship. Expect close quarters combat as we head to the ordnance depot.
Go.
Suppression efficiency metrics.
What? I could not interrupt that man. What the hell?
Biohazard and focus on objective.
Yeah, I'm working on Straben. I have no idea where anything is in this map.
Inserting rounds.
Multiple contacts swarming our locus. What is your status, Talassa?
Clearing our avenue of approach, Phoenix.
Good. We have drawn their focus. Keep...
Phaedrus, try again.
Uh-oh.
Talassa, Combat Squad Heraton reporting. We lost Fox contact with Combat Squad Phaedrus. Do you know their status?
Was about to ask you the same, Heraton.
We must consider our brothers lost then. Our objective is to secure the cyclonic warheads at all costs. Encountering heavy Tyranid resistance.
Oh, cyclonic warheads. Okay, they're bringing out the planet crackers for this one. Yeah, which way? Oh, okay, he went that way. All right. Hook shot it across the gap.
I am recommending you for a commendation, Straben.
Reach that point.
Thank you. You would resist a badge of honor.
Keeping my brothers alive is the only honor I require.
You guess pancake mission farming is on the table again. Oh, yeah, what's that? It's like level 5 missions with, what, guys, where are you going?
Secure that objective.
Caravan, you coming? Ah, Jesus.
Primary task here.
Okay, here he comes. Let's go.
Structural integrity rating decreased. Let us remake this vessel into an instrument of retribution. Enhanced tactic ready.
You just beat this mission on minimal and worry about the last bit on higher because there's a timer? Oh, whoa. Okay, that would be the Tyranid Primes. That'd be the boss. You don't get to get away. Go.
We crush the ravenous brood beneath our
Okay, that's here to just fell through the world. Okay, we got this way under control.
skitter to the grave.
Going this way. It's also really neat to see the interior of an Imperial ship, like that's that over there. Those are the macro cannons,
Cut off from our planned route to the ordnance depot.
and those are macro cannon shells.
Based on your report, Teraton. Standing by. Be advised. The cruiser's crew managed to execute security protocols before they were overrun by the Xenos brood. Talassa, commune with the main console in front of you to bypass the security protocols.
Medical war gear here.
Okay, so what do they want us to do?
The lift platform is in transit. Arrival pending.
Rally at the lift platform.
Uh-oh.
Attention boarding parties. We have confirmation that Combat Squad Favors is lost. I need a mission status update from all remaining combat squads. Combat Squad Heraton here. Redirecting along newly advised path. Combat Squad Octavio reporting. Cyclonic
Face.
Talassa, you are nearing the reactor cooling hall. Report on its condition when you arrive.
We are angels of death.
Yeah, just to drive home the size of all this. Yeah, no, seriously, people really forget that the scale of some of this shit. Like the fucking the macro cannons are literally shooting like giant tungsten darts or explosive rounds, the size of the size of semi trucks at relativistic velocities. There's a reason there are ground invasions in Warhammer 40k. Because that will just crack a continent.
Buying Heraton and Octavio some time to prime the armaments. When you reach the reactor's cooling console, disable the emergency blast shields.
Iron Halo online.
Okay, so
I plant this flag?
somebody else can get that because I'm not hurt.
Gratitude bestowed.
Emergency blast shields retracting. Warning. Coolant rods exposed.
Destroy the exposed coolant rods. Okay.
Talassa, I need you to disable the entire cooling array. Concentrate fire on the exposed cooling rods.
Practical. Open fire on exposed plasma rods.
Okay, that one's down.
Elements of the cooling rod array are clogged. They are incapable
Ow.
of fighting armor.
Nope. Is the for you guys? Is the game loud enough? Yeah, we gotta actually shoot that thing down there. Yeah, they're just gonna keep coming until we shoot it. Hold on. It's down. Yeah, it's down there. Okay.
That's not me. Ammunition here.
Oh, it opens over time. Okay.
Fresh magazine. Ammunition restart.
Elements of the cooling rod array are cloaked.
Oh, I think I see what we gotta do. We gotta get the Tyranids off of it.
Reload. There will be no repairing that.
Registering extreme temperature fluctuation. Plasma cooling efficacy severely reduced.
Nope.
Excellent, Talassa. You will need to repeat the same process at the second array. Access granted at the bridge console. Elements of the cooling rod array are cloaked.
Smart little shits clogging the thing up.
Fresh cartridge.
Where? Oh. Nope.
Coolant rods all decommissioned.
Temperatures at critical level. Plasma reactor shutting down to prevent catastrophic detonation.
Okay.
Talassa, do not let the reactors cool down. This cruiser will soon perform its final task. Proceed to the decks below and force the plasma
Okay,
reactors.
reach the plasma reactor.
The reactor is below us.
Who said to get a yap to your buddies in the hive mind, Tyranid?
Talassa, have you received word from our brother in combat squad Heraton?
Oh boy, it's the Rippers.
Prospector should have taken him through the technical underbelly.
Negative. But judging by the damage, he may have taken this route.
Understood. Be advised, we remain under heavy Tyranid assault.
Once they feel the heat from the plasma reactors, we believe they will abandon your position.
This is ill-advised, Talassa. If you do not rig the reactor to detonate, the cyclonic warheads will be wasted. Combat Squad Octavio will redouble our efforts to draw the Tyranids away from your position instead.
Acknowledged, Octavio. Emperor be with you.
Hello, Mr. Nid. You look all, you know, submissive and purgeable. There's a bug launching spore mines somewhere, I think. And Lopside, I just thought of something. How are the 1,000 Suns even here if the Tyranids cut off the warp? Probably sorceress bullshit. There's 1,000 Suns, they're just like that. Alright. Which way did... Oh, okay. Now I'm the one lagging behind. Okay.
Talassa, we have lost contact with Heraton leader, and Octavio is pinned down. You must destabilize the plasma reactor. Our brothers from Phaedrus and Heraton shall not have died in vain.
Talassa taking up position at the reactor.
Yeah, there are all kinds of fucking nooks and crannies in here. Where they can hide the fucking data for every match. You know, the weapon data.
Refilling magazines.
Oh, there's no lictor there. Nope.
This work crew was made up of servitors.
Attention. Authorized personnel only beyond this point. Provide sufficient ocular scan authorization in order to proceed. Security protocols dictate.
Bully him. Bully his ass.
Principal servitors have entry authorization.
Scan the eyes of servitor casualties. Smells like fresh fish. Go there, dig in.
Okay. What are we looking for?
Checking remains.
Oh, okay. We're looking for dead we're checking dead servitors. Okay.
Engaging search.
Oh, here's one.
Checking
Okay.
remains. Barely not left the cage to check.
Oh, hey, the Emperor was with me. The single one I checked was the one that we wanted. Oh. What the?
That silenced the Tyrannid's vile chittering.
Ocular biometrics confirmed. Maintenance grade Delta Mu 2839. Access granted.
What are we waiting for?
I'm liking the mission so far. It hasn't had any obnoxious parts to it.
This is the pride of the armory. Agreed. Good. Reactor ahead. This will be good.
All right, here we go.
Located extra stims. Cache of grenades.
Multiple primes. That reactor must be destroyed. Honor our brothers. Honor our chapter.
Hey, get back here! I didn't say you could run. What's this thing doing? Gotcha, bitch!
The beast dives at us.
Oh! Based.
Is invigorated now that it is cornered.
Okay, now let me guess. This one's gonna berserk.
Prepare for contact.
Oh! Oh! Get the fuck out!
Our brothers are avenged.
Now, engage the console to cripple the reactor. And Talassa, when those magnetic stabilizers stop, prepare for rapid egress. Be advised.
That would be cool, Dragon Ranger. Yeah, having those be mini bosses in siege mode.
Plasma cores are now exposed. Caution advised.
Oh.
Reactor critical to
Oh, I see what you mean by the time part. Okay, yeah, no, this place is gonna blow.
Talassa, we're tracking your signatures. Octavio and Heriton Leader are already on board. Our brothers prevailed. Evacuation protocols initiated. All crews report to ship leaders.
Ria.
Core integrity at 50% functionality.
There will be.
Yeah, okay, it's not a far walk, and they give you plenty of time.
Brace for turbulence. If not for your valor, Talassa, this operation would have ended in a major loss for the Imperium. High is the price we paid, Captain.
Based, fuck Xenos. No, okay. That is unironically a 10 out of 10 mission. It's not too long. The mechanics are fun. The challenges are fun. The boss was fun. It's a nice mano a mano boss fight, you know, against the primes. The part where you run away at the end was, you know, it was tense, but it wasn't like overwhelming. You know, it doesn't make you feel excessively nervous, but maintains the tension. That was actually a really well-made mission. I really like that. You like the burst fire bolt pistol? Yeah, I'll probably use it until I replace it with the big one that, you know, pops everything in one headshot. I want that big iron on my hip, you know? Yeah, still working through leveling up the regular bolt pistol. Oh, okay. I completed an ordeal. You probably use them interchangeably. Yeah, they're both good in their own ways. I mean, look, the idea you can just one tap anything in the skull, like with a headshot, with a pistol, is really good. Especially if you're using a really short range weapon and your character can also use the heavy bolt pistol. Or if you're like a melee guy, you know, that's going to be really good on, what do you call it? That's going to be really good for like melee that can use heavy bolt pistol. I don't have enough to get anything, but I've almost got that Inquisition arm piece that I'm after. Actually, wait. They said something about giving you the stuff from for completing the mission for these. Huh. Yeah, weird. I didn't get any. Oh well. Need to play more Space Marine 2? You should. It's a fun game. It's a fun game. You know, we'll stick with Bulwark for now. Well, assuming I can stick with Bulwark. All right, and let's see. I wanna just want to get my stratagems out of the way. Oh God, it's Obelisk. Fuck. Okay. There's no broken bulwark. There's no broken bulwark modifier, so that's good. All right, hang on, everyone. I'll be right back. I'm not even going to go to the AFK screen. I'm just going to be AFK real quick. Okay, I'm back. All right, you know what? Let's get this thing out of the way. Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, we're waiting for Battle Brothers. Okay. Squad duty sounds like an appropriate modifier for Obelisk with the whole relic portion. Real. Okay, Deborian and Beer are joining us. Hmm. There he is.
For the Emperor!
Also, your trials might have reset. I don't mind it using it to get more armory data. I'll keep that in mind. Also, EA, thank you for the welcome back. I just noticed it. All right, let's get in there. No, it's I'm gonna say it's nice to see all the properly dripped out blood angels now. I want to say they actually added I want to say they actually added what do you call it, Lamenters a while back.
Lieutenant Titus has a plan to take down the shield protecting that obelisk. Head to these coordinates. Find the control.
Meridian, Talassa, have you received new orders from Akaran? We have, brother. Moving to point now.
You will need to rotate the small replica of the obelisk. But be warned, it will hurt.
Okay, that spawn just ate shit. All right.
Go well, brothers.
Oh, that's the warp storms. Okay, yeah.
That bridge will lead us to the console. Let us find a way up to it.
Yeah, how am I taking? Okay, I took a ton of damage and I don't know how. Lamentum's winning the Blood Angel cosmetic pack. Yeah, I will say that their champion skin is really good. Oh shit, it's a Hellbrute. Oh shit. Okay, I gotta save this guy.
Traitorous scum. Still,
Oh no.
those who won't pass.
Yeah, we got him. Come here.
We have found a way out.
There we go. Free armory data.
Primary task here.
For the Emperor!
We cannot back down.
Okay, that warp storm thing is really annoying.
We should not assume everything we find will work as well as this lift. The Emperor! For the Emperor! We may not have as much bridge as we assumed, brothers.
Oh boy, a chaos spawn. my favorite enemy. Oh, hey Nate, how you doing?
We can traverse through that tomb and reach the other side that way.
Nope. That oh shit. You're exhausted. Oh, hey man, I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, I'm gonna learn to hate that warp storm.
Dispensing stims. I fight for the glory of the Emperor. For the Emperor! For the Emperor!
Nope. Load.
Take care to let our fallen brothers rest undisturbed.
Yeah, I will not use the stim just yet. Oh boy, it's this part.
Steel your minds.
If that relic repels the darkness, it repels its ill effects. We bring it with us. It is
All right, he's
heavy.
got it.
I will do my best, but my fighting will be impacted.
Brilliant, Talassa, report.
We remain en route to our destination.
Make haste. The enemy seeks to disrupt the battlefield.
We're hasting, dude. Maybe you've given us more than 3 men. This wouldn't be a problem.
Inserting fresh magazine.
This away. I hope this guy's not relying on me to lead where we're going. I don't know where the fuck I'm going. Okay, here we go. Into this here hole. You just completed all the salamanders unlocks. Nice.
We should seek a servitor or servo scar. They would know the hymns.
Ow! Stop that.
Inserting rounds.
Okay, so we gotta find and reactivate a servo scope.
Heretic trooper sighted.
Oh shit.
Something weakens me from within.
Brothers, the light is our shield against the dark.
would have the
Stay
code.
near.
Darkness poisons my heart. It is our duty to end
Oh boy, here we go.
We need to find a servo skull with the code. I have found a servo skull.
Omnissiah be with you, Ministers. How may I serve?
We wish to leave this room.
Acknowledge. I will communicate over here.
Wait, did they change this so you no longer have to, like, hold out on a point, like, in the darkness? Because that was so annoying.
Shield against the dark. Stay here. I feel corruption scratching at my soul.
Which the fuck way we going?
The darkness fades as I leave it behind.
Were we supposed to wait, traverse the, okay, traverse the tube. Yeah.
I can sense corruption creeping into my mind. This darkness suffocates, but my faith sustains me. Brothers, the light is our shield against the dark. Stay near. This darkness poisons my very being.
They're very vocal about being exposed to the crippling apathy of the Immaterium for 2 seconds. I mean, listen, the Immaterium feels weird, man. It's all crawly and shit. I mean, Nate, would you want to be exposed to the warp? Like, seriously, it's all purple and shit. Like, purple and crawly.
Your presence here changes nothing. You cannot stop the great changer of ways. You and your traitorous ilk will not succeed. Stubborn to the end. Those altars channel the enemy.
I'm just gonna need your blood.
That process, we are to cross.
Alright,
Land rotates around us, brothers. This is how we reach out.
okay, so I, oh no, ow, bitch.
Are misaligned.
Yeah, I know the islands are misaligned. Shut up. Okay, here it is.
The lands have formed a path. Head to the next altar.
Man, Zeech never does make it easy, does he? Oh shit. Okay, fair. You are all about Siege and all that.
The land rotates around us, brothers. This is how we reach out. We must try again to align the island until we have a path forward.
We're trying to get it to align with again.
cannot cross with a land like this. Our way to the next island is clear.
Okay, there we go.
Our route is clear, brothers. The traitorous sorcerer can be slain.
Your deaths will be agonizing, but your restoration will be splendid.
You love the chaos spawn enemies so much, but it gets annoying when there's like 10 of them. Yeah, there really aren't. There really aren't as many options for fighting Zeech enemies as there are Tyranids in this.
Destroy them to reach this betrayer. Destroy the orb is weaken the shield. Go for the others. You are but worms. Stand ready. Those eyes may reappear at any moment.
Oh no, ow, 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 ow.
This is what it takes to true divinity. I have eyes on the orbs. The shield is down. Target the sorcerer. Do not let his distractions overwhelm. It is time to rid this world of this vermin. Your deaths will be agonizing, but your restoration will be splendid.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you to fuck off, nerd.
Corruption made you weak. Our faith and discipline make us strong. Titus needs us to invert the obelisk replica. We will not disappoint him.
Talassa, report.
Oh, Chaos Spawn enemies. Oh, no, Chaos Spawn fucking suck. I hate them. They're legitimately the most obnoxious enemies in this game. Hey, Salt, how you doing? Tired, but less so than yesterday. Yeah, that's good to hear. It's good to hear, dude. All right. Check this out. How can I do this? Not yet. You know what, oh, this is my battle barge, right. Actually, wait, hold on a minute. Have I? Yeah, okay, I'm just trying to get the last, the last one there, all right. Yeah, how many space bucks do I have? Not enough to buy a weapon. It's like 300 each. I'm also tired. Okay. Now what? I'm gonna potentially do something stupid here. It's the same mission, same modifiers, higher difficulty. Don't know if I should, though. I might just get my ass beat and embarrass myself live on stream. Fuck it, that'll be reason enough. I wanna look at my... I did unlock some talents, though. So that first. Okay, what do we got? Let's see, I'll take that. Let's try Obelisk on hard and see how bad I get my ass beat. Phone, shut up, you're drunk. Come on, really? No one queuing up? No one? All right then, you know what? You know what? It wouldn't surprise me if nobody wants to run Obelisk on hard, just because that. I'll be honest. That mission is really obnoxious. That would not surprise me at all. Okay, you know what? We're gonna reject it. We're gonna queue back up, see if we get into a game. Okay. Okay, the fact I'm not getting anyone. Okay, is this game doing that weird thing it does where I have to like go in and out of the game to get the multiplayer to work right? Because it's done that before, and I really hate it. What a nefarious and evil-looking obelisk. Yes, it is literally demonic. You can help if I need a player. I'm gonna be, okay, wait, 100 accolades? Huh. Oh yeah, that's the thing for beating the new mission, okay. I'm gonna tough it out with the randoms, Chonka. Thank you for offering, though. You know, assuming the multiplayer is even working right now. Let's try that one more time. Okay, there we go. Mission in progress. Please, no one having taken Bulwark. That would be super nice. I would like to play Bulwark.
The For war advances.
Oh shit. Ow, you bitch.
Fresh magazine.
Which version of the Evangelion rebuild dub do I prefer? Honestly, I kind of prefer the original.
We can traverse through that tube and reach the other side that way. See your weapon malfunction.
Oh, what? Fucking chaos spawn.
The warp deforms and weakens all.
What the? Okay, I guess I'm down.
Fight forward. May I be resurrected as a carrier for success. Steel and victory.
I guess he's down. I guess he's down too. Okay, we wiped.
Breathe and find strength, brother. Focus.
Oh, wait. How did he get up?
The honor must wait.
Oh, okay. I just get completely cock blocked from interrupting that guy. Oh, okay. I see what happened. Both guys left. I'm now. Well. Listen, if you can't accept the fact you just lost, then fucking tough it out and take the L. Original rebuild dubs did have the advantage of being dubbed by Funimation when they were actually really good studio rather than cringe. Yeah, before they went to shit. All right, you know what? Okay, you know what? Okay, you know what? Okay. Give me a moment, everyone. Give me just a moment. All right, you know what? Okay, we're raiding onto Discordia. If people are just gonna leave games and then the connection issues, then yeah, I've been going for 3 hours. I got the new mission out of the way. I'll end the stream here. So yeah, raid Discordia _CH. There we go. Thank you for coming, everyone. Tomorrow I'm gonna be playing Arc Raiders on stream for the first time, and I hope y'all enjoy that. That'll be at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah. I'll catch you then. Hope y'all have a good evening, and take care, everyone. Later.
Out there, yes, clear.